Hello and welcome back to another video, guys. In this video I am going to go through these top shelf, should we say, diagnostic tools. Now I am going to go through it quite, I don't know, I wouldn't say basic nor thorough, but it is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've just not had time. I have had a lot of comments, messages, emails, you name it. The time has come. What we have is a top end AUTEL. This is the AUTEL Ultralight. Now they've got the AUTEL Ultralight S as well, which is exactly same, like for like, same whatnot. Probably a faster processor, maybe in that sense. Maybe the camera's better, I don't know, but there is no difference to this one. And you've got the launch X431 Pro TT. Now there's a big massive price difference, and as you can see, I'm sure you already know anyway. Price on these, when they first initially came out, was about roughly £3 grand. Now you can pick it up for about 2 to 2.5. The S maybe 3 plus. Okay. The launch, this one here, you can pick it up for around about £700, maybe 800, maybe 600, depending on what offers they have on. I'm sure they'll have offers on the AUTEL as well. Now, for years and years, I've worked on a lot of cars, and I've always said it's nice to have a good machine. In my case, maybe I can afford this one, maybe I can't. In your case, maybe you can just afford that one just about. This is what I'm going to get to today. I'm going to finalize your decisions, in other words, and we will see which one's best for you. Now, I'm going to go through it in an order where it kind of makes sense, and you can get to a conclusion. Now, I'm going to start off by saying if you're a garage. I'm talking a garage that has lots of cars that do a lot of repairs, especially salvage world, where you're having to, I don't know, let's say coding headlights and whatnot. I'll be honest, both of them are as good as each other in that sense. I can't fault them in that sense. They both do the same job, they both have the same functions. There are certain things that the AUTEL has that may not have. I am going to go through it, and I'll let you all make the decision in terms of, is it worth the grand or so more? Oh well, £2 grand or so more, £2.5 grand more, or is it just worth getting the launch, which does a similar job to this? Well, that's what we think so far. Right, I shall start off by saying AUTEL, this one here on my left. I am going to plug it into these cars anyway. I've got a Vauxhall Corsa there, and this is a BMW 3 Series GT. I'm going to plug them in, and I'll show you. The sun's quite bright as well, so we can't really see the screen. So I will take it into the car and I will go through it. But for now, the AUTEL on my left here does about 40 plus reset functions, whereas the launch does about 38. Now, when I say reset functions, for a lot of you out there, what I mean by this is like resetting the oil service, I don't know, let's say your airbag module. Now I have done airbag module reset on this for a Ford Fiesta. It does reset the crash data. I haven't done it on this, so I'm not going to lie to you and say yes I have done it, but I'm pretty sure they are both identical because they both reset the airbag modules. I know that for a fact. There are other things you can reset, should we say the brake pads. There are many different functions. I mean, go onto their websites, and you can pick this one up on Amazon. I will put the link in, and I'll put a link in as well where you can grab one of these where I bought it previously. I will certainly pop it all in the description. Now, like we said, the launch does 38 reset functions, and the AUTEL does 40. So you can do such as clutch or transmission coding as well on these as well. So let's say you put a new clutch in, they will both do it. They both have the functions, no issue in that sense. They'll do it without a doubt. They both have the same capability in that sense. Window initialization in that sense, yes, they both do it. Especially I've seen it on BMW 4 Series, like the coupes or the C-Class, where they've gone into an accident, or if the battery's been dead and you lose its calibration to the windows, you can calibrate them. You can use both and calibrate it, no issue. There's ABS relearn, the ABS pump. I've had it on the model BMW E90s, 3 Series, 1 Series, or even the new ones, because the old models, the E models, was faulty. They had a lot of faulty, should we say, ABS modules, and I've changed a lot of them. And when you change it, you will have the traction light, whatnot, and you have to kind of code it in. Now, this one, I mean, by all means, go onto the website. The AUTEL has 10, like, they've named it as like 10 plus high-end functions, such as ECU coding, but reality is 10 plus high coding. I don't know. This also does ECU coding. So the launch is also as powerful as the AUTEL. ECU coding, I'm sure you all know what it is. I don't need to dig in. One lovely thing that I like about both of them that has the function is the active hidden features. You know, the silly buggers, the annoying features in your car, such as, I don't know, I've done it before for a lot of the taxi drivers, where they come out, I don't want my seatbelt warning taken off. Yep, no problem. The AUTEL will do it, and so is this. They will both do it, no issue. So they're known as hidden features, where you can take the seatbelt warning off. And I've done it with the AUTEL, and I can't remember if I've done it with the launch, but I have done quite a few things with the launch as well as this. The reality is, this, I'm going to be straight up and honest, the hidden features on this, there's a lot more hidden features on this, on the BM, okay, especially the F models and the Plus, so the G models as well. There's more hidden features on this than on this. When I say there's probably like 30% more on this, okay, so it's only best to be honest. You will get it. So for example, I'm just going to use this as an example. They may both have it in this sense, but if I remember rightly, this one had where I can upgrade the headlights. So, like, you know, the LEDs on these, the O-rings, I can make them brighter using this. I can make them brighter. Even the rear tail lights, the LEDs, I can make them brighter by, I think, is it 220%, something like this. You will get a percentage. With this one, I can't remember, I can't see it anywhere, but reality is, this will knock off seatbelt, that will knock off seatbelt. This will add speed, digital speedometer, this will add digital speedometer. Think, what's best for you guys? Are you going to splash out $3 grand? Are you going to splash out £600-700? Does more or less same. You may miss a few things, but this is the price you pay. And then coming on to, so in terms of coverage, AUTEL and launch, I mean, cover most cars such as USA, Europe, Asia. They both are a good competitor. They've been at it for years. They've had a lot of trial and errors, so I can't really fault them. I mean, they both cover similar cars. I'll be honest, I think this one covers more than that one in that sense. I could be wrong, correct me guys. It's been a while since I've used the AUTEL, but that's what I know. I mean, I don't even need to tell you that this is bigger than that one. That's a 12.9 inch. I'll be honest, that is such a lovely screen to work with. 10 times better than that in terms of screen. Let's be straight. I mean, it's nice to have this big massive screen, nice to code, but reality is, this is where the problem is. You've got this big massive chunk of screen here. Is it really worth carrying around? Is it really worth the risks? Whereas this one is a nice, yes, tidy, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is an 8 inch. It's very nice and handy, but you are most likely to damage the screen on this than this. It's very hard to find casing for this. I couldn't find a casing for this. I did find it for the MS908S Pro, and that was a makeup, woman's makeup handbag on eBay, which, hey, couldn't go wrong. But remember, it's nice to have, it's beautiful. I reckon if you're going to use this machine, it would have to be on a table or on the steering wheel, nowhere else, end off, because it's very risky. You may damage the screen. Or on your table, plug it in and just leave it there. And this one is handy. Look at this, it's very handy. There's nothing to go crazy about. And yeah, it doesn't have a back stepper like this one does. As you can see, and they both have cameras, especially when you're coding in headlights. It will ask for the QR code on Mercs and whatnot. So that is that, guys. That is that. Now they both do bi-directional functions. So when we say bi-directional, we mean like activate tests, such as you know, lowering the windows, upping the windows, in that sense. And yeah, like we said, the windows, the other thing would be activating fuel pump, I don't know, activating the headlights and whatnot, checking to see if they work in that sense. That's the bi-directional. They both do the same, like for like. They both do live data in terms of, let's say this is a diesel. Let's just say this car's a diesel, which is not, but you can check the soot content. You can reset the DPF. You can, on both of them, you can do a full scan and clear. Live data is a really lovely thing to have, I'll be honest, and these both have it. They both do the job. I'm not going to fault it in that sense. I'm trying to think what else you can, I mean, and also the other thing that's quite important is the battery life. I mean, battery life on this is pretty damn good. I've used this a lot, but I could only go through it like a day or so. So I used to have the AUTEL go through a few cars. It'd probably drain out within a day or so. If you're constantly using it, but obviously I understand it's a bigger screen. What do you expect, like, you know? And this one is, that's like 18,000 mAh if I'm not mistaken. This one is about 6,000, I think 6,000 or 6,300, yeah, 6,300 I'm sure it is mAh. So there's a big difference in terms of power of the battery, but remember, I think if you were to run them both at the same time, they'll probably both die at the same time. Yes, true, that's bigger battery, but you've got a bigger screen. There's a lot of power to go into it. And then, I mean, last but not least, there's a lot of things that, you know, you can certainly talk about in between these two top-end machines. Is the launch covers about 25 languages. Now that's amazing. 25 languages, that's pretty damn amazing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna start sitting down and naming them one by one. I'll let you all dig in and figure it out. But the AUTEL only covers, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, guys, if you've got AUTEL and there has been updates on it, please do correct me. But the AUTEL covers about 13, maybe more, maybe less, around this sort of figure in terms of languages. But let's be honest, I mean, the question here is it really worth paying that extra few quids? Let me give you one other thing as well. One other benefit of what AUTEL does and what Launch doesn't. I'm sure it may not, but then again, I'll leave it in the comments for you guys to decide. Now, I used to do a lot of coding on BMs, and if you wanted me to, if you, let's say you were out there and you said, right, I want a gearbox update or a engine update, I could do it with this, no issue. I don't think this one has it. So when I say this, I'll break it down so you can kind of understand what's what. So let's say it's just like your iPhone, your Samsung, it's like these, okay? When you get an update on your phone, I'm sure the update's meant to be a better update, so it'll make your phone faster, it'll be nicer, smoother, whatnot, right? It takes the glitches away. Now, I realised, especially when I was working on BMs, I'm sure it's the same with Mac, because I've done it with Mac as well. On this one, on the AUTEL, I'm sure the MS908S Pro and some of the other ones, what has the J2 function? J2, whatever, I can't remember. You know, it's been such a long time. It's there. That cheeky bugger's there. Here, this. If you've got these, some of them may do, may not, but if you've got these, you can certainly update the gearbox, you can update the engine, you can update the a lot of the control modules. And when you went on it, on this AUTEL, it used to tell you which module is up to date and which module isn't up to date. It highlighted the modules that needed to be up to date, if that makes sense. And the modules that were up to date wasn't highlighted, it wasn't ticked. Now, I liked it, I'll be honest. It was quite good. That was a nice function. I had a lot of people that used to say, look, I want my gearbox updating, it's juddering. Yeah, no problem. Boom, there you are. This one doesn't. I don't think it has that function. When I say I don't think, I've not really used it to see, but I haven't come across it because I have plugged it in, and all it is just a case of coding. There's no programming in that sense, because this has coding and programming. It's under the programming on this one, and when you click on the programming, it's there. Boom. This one is not there, and I'll be honest, that's one good feature about the AUTEL. But remember, if you're gonna spend $3 grand, enjoy. If you're not, and you're just doing a car or two a week, 3, 4, whatever, reality is this one would be your best bet. You save yourself a fortune, does the exact same. And when I'm saying, you know, you could do update the gearbox and whatnot, reality is, unless you're a real nerd out there and just like want everything on top, you know, shelf stuff, then yeah, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. But if you think the clever side, maybe, I guess that's down to you guys, then that does the same job. I am gonna have another video on the AUTEL and Launch. I'll shoot them in the next video, and I'll show you the process of how this works and how that works. And remember, they don't just come like this. They come with quite a big kit. The kit for this one, the toolbox, the box that it comes with, this is a hard, durable box. This one is also a hard durable box, but this one you can tell it's like really solid. This one again, but it's not the best of the best. That's for launch to improve. Moving on, the kit, there is a lot of things that come with both of them, exactly identical. Launch, if I remember rightly, they sent me 2 boxes. One was the whole kit of like the OBDs and other stuff, and there was the other box, which is in the car if I'm not mistaken. Let me just have a look now. This is the other box that came where the screen is, and it's pretty tidy. Do you know, it's neat, it's very neat, yeah, it's pretty neat in that sense. Whereas the AUTEL, I'm not gonna lie, that was one big hell of a box to carry around. It used to give me backache. Another thing I forgot to mention, one of the most important question is, they both come with 2 years free updates as far as I know, when you buy them brand new. This is now when the update runs out. This is where the problem is. You've paid $3,000 more or less for this, right? Your update is about $1,100-$1,200. So you work your stuff out in pounds and euro and whatnot. But that's what the update will cost you on that. You see, the update on that is only, I think, about 200-ish, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, correct me guys, it's about £200-ish. So you see the difference? $1,100-$1,200. I'm sure it's more, $1,300 now probably. And you've got about 200 quid-ish. Come on, I'll let you decide, guys. But yeah, guys, please do let me know which you think is best. I mean, some of you out there has used this more than I have. I'm sure you will have come across things that I haven't seen. I mean, if there is something that is better, let us know in the comments. If you think that is better, let us know in the comments. I want to know your opinion, because this is just my opinion. I want to be straight up with everybody out there. If you're gonna get it, trust me, there's no second thoughts. Reality is that does the same job as this. Few things less, but who cares? Doing the same job. It does the coding, does the program, whatever, whatnot. But yeah, I would like to hear your feedback as well, guys.